Hey guys, this is Phoenix with another Rise of the Witch King commentary. We continue our coverage of the June 2v2 tournament. This is the second game of this match between the four players DJParson and his ally Djinges, who continue playing as Men and Isengard against their opponents, who are May SH-PuL, I'll just call him Pul, and his ally May Shadow, who are both Mordor. And basically what happened in the last game, if you haven't seen it, please see it before continuing to watch this video so you don't hear spoilers. But spoiler alert, what happened in the last game was that this team, Parson and Djinges, did win that game, and they got 1 point for that victory. And now they get to play their second game of the match. If Parson and Djinges win this one, they win the whole match, and the match will be over. And that will give them the second point. If, however, May Shadow or Pul win this game, they'll get a point instead, and they'll get to play the third game of the match to try to win the match, which is, it's a best of 3 match, so that's basically how it works. And we can see here quickly an orc pit being built here to partially protect this slaughterhouse. This is Pul, I believe, who's doing that, and he's getting himself set up pretty quickly. May Shadow, on the other hand, orc pit and immediate Haradrim Palace. He's going to try an interesting strategy here, I'm sure. We're probably going to see cavalry from him. That's usually why you would get a Haradrim Palace that fast. Although it does seem a bit weird to really rush that second into building that Haradrim Palace right away. It's one thing if it's an orc pit, but the Haradrim units are more expensive. So, yeah, it's kind of an interesting way of doing things. Anyway, this is the map Anorien II. Just like the last game of this match, it is a very interesting map. I really should play on it more often. The key feature here is the signal fire right in the center. Quite a few layers. You have 2 troll layers here, top and bottom, and there's warg layers as well. And that was kind of an awkward place to build the furnace, even though it was actually pretty close to the base, but that's where the warg layer is. So you gotta kind of be careful for that stuff on maps like this. We can see here Parson's moving in for his first attack, but May Shadow, he's going to get Lancers, and that's going to be very useful. Unfortunately, Haradrim Lancers are pretty weak. I think they're the worst cavalry unit in the game. Well, no, Wolf Riders are. They're the second worst cavalry unit in the game. Parson uses Rallying Call, so his troops last longer, and so they destroy these buildings faster, but the Lancers are now out. Good use of defensive and shield wall, and look how good they are at actually tanking this trampling. So he's barely doing any damage at this point, because that's what happens when you have soldiers in shield wall with Rallying Call. They just tank damage ridiculously well. It's something we're really going to have to fix in the next version. So yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Cavalry are supposed to destroy swordsmen when they trample them, and yet in cases like that, it's not really working. I don't know what Djinges is doing with these wildmen, but it's not really working out for him. They're going down. There's fighting happening all over the place. It looks like Djinges is going to try to deal with this annoying warg lair, but he's attacking the wargs with wildmen, and that doesn't work very well. But he's going to send more wildmen, and I think he has an orc pit. Yep, so he's going to get some pikes as well. And now we can see here, Parson's still managing to keep Shadow busy in his own base. Well, just spamming like crazy, sending tons of units. And now, Djinges is also in a pretty good position here. He's taking out this warg lair. He's stopping this attack from Pul. And right now, the center of the map is under the control of Parson and Djinges. Djinges took the signal fire. And let's take a look at powers. Pul actually did not pick a power yet. He's still deciding on that, it seems. May Shadow did pick a power. He went with War Chant. Kind of surprising. I would have expected the eye, but of course you can try out some different PowerPoint paths if you tried a different one. Parson went for Rallying Call, which is what you do as men. You should never pick Heal or Rebuild as your first power ever. And Djinges went again for Krebine, even though he's not scouting, which I don't particularly agree with personally. I mean, especially if you're not going to use it early on in the game. It's just not that worth it. But maybe it's just all about the 10-point power that he wanted. That builder was in a little bit of danger there, but the Lancers were forced to run away. They're going to try to take out some farms farther away. Pretty nice positioning there, but I'm pretty sure they can still go around to attack the farm from any side, even though there's these neutral buildings. And I don't know what they're doing. They seem to be running back. And somehow I missed the fact that there's a massive battle going on here. Both Djinges and Parson sent lots of troops, and PuL is actually showing up to help his ally. While May Shadow seems to be... I don't know what he's doing. He's not stopping to take out... well, actually, this is his ally's base. What am I saying? That's what he was doing. He was running back to his ally so he could focus on this without losing his Lancers. There's just a lot going on here. Oh, we have a Mountain Troll. A very good tool to deal with Gondor Knights and Gondor soldiers alike. It's definitely going to be very helpful for May Shadow. And for now, he resists this attack on his base. But you can see here, Parson's really taking the opportunity to expand. And of course, the center still belongs to him and his ally. And this is just... You can't afford to let your opponents control a large chunk of the map. That will never go well. And these knights are going to have to retreat. But his ally is here to help. And of course, Lurtz on the field, level 1. Common first hero for Isengard. The Mountain Troll is coming. And he's going to be pretty helpful. We can actually see that PuL moved around the north. He actually has Haradrim archers already, a very powerful archer. And they're going to go for Parson's base while Parson and Djinges are busy while attacking his base. The problem is he doesn't have the units to actually fight these guys off. And it says ally trying to send some reinforcements, but he does not have a lot. And actually those belong to PuL, right? They look like black or gray Easterlings. Actually, no, they're blue. What am I saying? I'm being stupid. Anyway, PuL is now finally in a position to attack, but he has so many archers and so few other units. He just has a few orcs and an Easterling. They're not going to do a huge amount of damage to the actual base itself. And now they're going to be surrounded and attacked by a lot of units. And I'm sure... Okay, that was a bad situation. Because Parson managed to go all the way around to actually attack those guys. Now he has to be careful of his own knights. They're getting hit really hard by the Easterlings. This attack is ultimately going to falter. It's not strong enough to do much. And look at this, level 5 crossbows. And Lurtz is just sniping enemies here, taking out these Haradrim archers. Getting lots of experience for each kill. Those archers are worth a lot of experience. And meanwhile, May is also trying to push here, but there's just not enough power. We can actually see he managed to grab the signal fire, so Parson and Djinges are going to have to remember to grab it again. Boromir is full of arrows, but he's doing it just fine because it's a video game, not real life. People don't die that easily. He is level 3. He has the Horn of Gondor. If his guys are in a massive trouble at any point, he can easily use it. Not really necessary right now because these knights will deal with any problems. Just like that. Djinges is showing up with a massive attack. He summoned Wildmen. Well, it's not really a massive attack, but it's a sizable force. Now there's Mountain Troll. These pikes are running past. They could really have stopped to take out the troll in Sharku. But it didn't really matter. The troll's down. Attempts to use arrow volley. But Djinges reacted quickly. He's going to take out the orc pit. And things just not looking too good for PuL right now. And May Shadow has a few units over here. He's probably going to attack, or he's going to try an attack from the north. But right now, his ally needs all the help he can get. Parson managed to summon hobbits on top of these units. Quite a few lancers now. But they're not going to save this player right now. And look at Lurch's carnage, really useful in this situation when the cavalry get close. Again, there's just not enough firepower here to really threaten Parson in a major way. And Parson can get some Rohirrim if he wants to. Look at this. PuL basically lost everything. He's going to lose that level 3 Horadrim Palace. A huge loss that he's not going to be able to recover from at this point. And he's building one Orc Pit, and that's basically all he's going to have in terms of producing units. Shadow's trying to help. He's bringing Blackworks. But it's just not enough. And like I said, this attack was immediately blocked by Parson, although it looks like Parson forgot his knights here. But he's just going to retreat them to the well, so they're going to be fine. Meanwhile, PuL is about to be finished, really. There's just too much for him to deal with. And this whole force is going to go after his fortress. And it's going to be just like the last game. I'm guessing PuL's going to go down, and then May Shadow will delete his buildings because the game's over. Well, good effort, but Parson and Djinges are two very dangerous opponents. That much is certain. This is really the second match I've covered between these two players, and they've worked really well together. And now, Shadow has dropped out of the game. It's over. And that's it. The match goes to Parson and Djinges. They get another 2 points. That's 4 points total if you count the points from the last match that I covered. They're just doing extremely well. And yeah, that is it for this match. So we'll continue our tournament coverage. Be sure to check out my channel for more casts in the future.